Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Truly Odd Pod. Here I have gamer insider slash director Joe Garcia.
Hello, everybody.
And me, your host, Jonathan Garcia. All right, let's get to it. First, today we have game news. Sony is cutting the PS4 games from PlayStation Plus next year. Joe, what are your thoughts? What's going on there?
So, to be specific, a lot of the internet's up in arms saying that Sony's not going to support PS4. Just to clarify, this is just the PlayStation Plus exclusive games that PlayStation Plus members get every month.
Okay.
So every month, PlayStation Plus members get about 2 to 3 games for free for being a PlayStation Plus member, and it's just those specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, so the PlayStation Store will still have PS4 games. It's just the PlayStation Plus specifically. And honestly, I'm surprised that they've been doing the PlayStation Plus giveaway for the PS4 for this long.
Really?
I mean, we're more than halfway through the life cycle of the PS5. So much so that we have the PS5 Pro out, and they're still releasing PS4 games because people are still playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
makes sense.
I thought they would have stopped supporting the PS4, not fully, but more so than they already have.
Yeah.
By now, so it's nice that they're still supporting it for this whole entire year. We still have whoever has a PS4 and not a PS5 has a whole year to enjoy their free PlayStation Plus games. Mm-hmm. But it's time to upgrade come 2026.
Oh wow! So everybody who has a PS4 will pretty much no longer be able to.
No, they'll still be able to play their games, use it. They're still gonna have support and updates. Just if they've been only playing the free games off the PlayStation Plus monthly release, they won't get those anymore. It appears.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Now they're just going to start taking some out and adding some.
No, I don't think they're going to be taking any away from anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next we have Humble Bundles launch to support the LA Relief Fire efforts.
So yeah, I've never heard of Humble Bundles before, but I thought this would be a good topic to discuss because the Humble Bundles team or whoever these are releasing some software and some games. If the purchase can help anyone in the LA area with fire relief, I believe they've raised I think 200,000 already. With their efforts. So this is really nice and really good. And if you want a way to support the people of LA and the disaster fund, I think this is a good way. You know, you get to probably use some tech, play some games, and you get to help people at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So back to other news. The Doom co-creator says that the Game Pass doesn't hurt game companies. So what is your take on that? And I mean, if it doesn't hurt game companies, why do you think Sony is doing that with their PlayStation Plus?
It's Xbox.
Well, right.
Xbox is the Game Pass. So okay, I would take what this guy says with a grain of salt. He may be the co-creator of Doom, but if I'm correct, he probably still gets royalties from Doom, and now Doom is owned by Microsoft. So he's probably getting nice paychecks. So definitely take what this guy's saying with a grain of salt. But the only thing that I think Game Pass is hurting currently is the Xbox itself. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's hurting any studios as of yet. It will get to a point where that may be the case, because right now they're paying for licensing. It's like Netflix for video games, so they pay these studios for licensing to have it on their system for so long, so the studios are making money. And then the Xbox is making money from the customer, so it's a win-win at the moment. But in the long run, it might get to the point where everyone's only using Game Pass, kind of how streaming services for Netflix are currently. Okay. A lot of studios don't really make that much on physical media no more. There used to be, back in the day when physical media was a big thing, there used to be almost 2 box office. Mm-hmm. The box office weekend when it's released in the theaters, and then the home release was another big boom for studios. A nice little chunk of money would get added in, and that's why you would see movies that didn't do too well in the box office get sequels because it did really well on home video. Mm. and you don't see that much anymore, which is funny to say because we have something later on in the segment to talk about. But in general, that normally doesn't happen. There are some special certain movies and certain things that do that. But for Game Pass, it will get to the point where you know it's gonna hurt the physical media sales because people are gonna be like, why would I buy the game when I could wait for it to be on Game Pass? Mm-hmm. And studios will eventually lose money. So right now it's good, win-win. Eventually it'll hurt the people. But right now with Game Pass, Xbox is more shooting themselves in the foot than anything else.
Right, because it releases.
Well, yeah, because it's they're basically bypassing their own Xbox at that point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see that. Next, it is the end of January, so we got February coming up, and we got some announcements to make on the game release coming out that month of February. You will see Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for all except Switch, it's looking like on that one. Rift of the Necro Dancer coming out PC February 5th. While Waiting, which is coming out PC and Switch. Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator for the PS5 and PC, pretty much all except for Switch. Next, we have Big Helmet Heroes coming out for all. Keep Driving coming out for the PC. Moons of Darsalon, I think I'm saying that right, coming out for all systems. That's going to hit February 6th. Sid Meier's Civilization coming out for all systems. The Executive coming out for the PC February 11th. Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds Ultimate coming out for all gaming consoles and PC February 13th. Afterlove EP coming out for all consoles. That's going to hit February 14th. The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2 coming out for all except Switch. Vowed.
Oh, that's all except for Xbox.
Oh, that's all except for Xbox. Sorry about that. Switch is on that list. Vowed coming out for the Xbox Series and PC February 18th. Lost Records Bloom of Rage Tape 1 coming out for all consoles except for Switch. NPL Naruto Rising coming out on the PC. Die in the Dungeon, sorry about that, coming out for PC. Ninja 5.0 coming out for all except Xbox February 25th. Monster Hunter Wild coming out for all except Switch February 28th. And the last but not least, Omega 6 in the Triangle Stars. That is going to hit Switch and PC February 28th as well. Joe, are you excited to see any of these games coming out?
None of these games really jump at me. I am very curious about the Avowed game that's coming out for the Xbox and PC, so that one I might be checking out if I could just wait for it to be on Game Pass, so I probably won't buy it like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think everyone's going to be looking forward to Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter is a big franchise. It's not really a game for me per se, but I wouldn't mind checking it out if one of these days if it becomes available for PlayStation Plus. We'll see what happens there. And then I know the other big one that everyone will probably be excited for, Civilization 7. That a lot of people love that game. I've tried out the Civilization games, but man,
can't get into it.
Yeah, I'm too stupid to enjoy games like that. It's a very sophisticated, smart game. You have to be strategic. You have to know where to send your people, where to get your resources and stuff like that. And I'm just like, hey, let me just get in somewhere and shoot something and attack something. Right. I feel that. If I'm like, oh hey, read this paragraph so you can learn how to play the game, I probably won't play the game. I only read when someone pays me to read. Other than that, I don't really want to do it. But yeah, it's a decent month. We're coming up to a slow start into the year, so I think the first really big game is gonna be for me is in March with Split Fiction. So that's probably gonna be
Okay.
the first game this year that I'll be purchasing.
Nice.
What about you? Are you excited for any of these games? Any of them jump out at you?
None that I would play really. I'd probably check out all the third person ones on there, but other than that, I'm out. And then PC gaming, I don't myself. I can't get into it.
That mouse and keyboard is just too tough for you, huh?
Yeah, yeah. That and the whole my fingers. I don't know. I just don't have the hand-eye finger coordination.
Yeah, you don't have your thumbs don't have the dexterity for to handle the button pressing.
Kudos to you if they're out there playing the PC. They can do that. I would like to get into all those mods that I do see though.
Oh yeah, some of those mods are really awesome. I just like watching people play because honestly, it'd probably piss me off.
Right, trying to mod.
Yeah, exactly.
or somebody who already mods, let us know so we could go game up. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot the invite down in the comments. For other game news, Joe, have you ever heard of the Video Game History Foundation?
I have.
Oh, then tell us a little bit about that. I heard that they're coming out with a new library, or has it already came out?
They've released finally their digital library for free to the public, so you can go to, I believe it's what's the website? Library digital. You know what? Let me look up the website. Talk to the people.
All right.
Website.
Yeah, no problem. So pretty much this Video Game History Foundation is pretty cool if you look them up. They're preserving video game history. And in preserving video game history, they've opened up a new digital library for you guys.
Okay, so the website is called library. Go to library.gamehistory.org. And you'll be able to access their library and look things up. Me specifically, I was looking for a specific type of magazine. I used to read Game Informer when I was younger. I used to have a monthly subscription to them that my parents got me. So I used to love seeing what new games were coming out that year through Game Informer, reading some of the articles. Not reading, I skim them. I'd skim
you
some
weren't
of
getting paid
that. Yeah, I wasn't getting paid to read them, so I had to skim them. Yeah, so I skimmed some of the articles. I specifically remember the 2006 April edition being God of War 2 because God of War is my favorite game franchise. Mm-hmm. So I was able to look that up in this digital library. And they have more than just Game Informer. They have a bunch of different magazines, a bunch of different, interviews and things of that sort that would have been lost to time. But they've reached out to multiple studios, multiple people, and gathered all this information. They released a YouTube video. I'll put it in the description down below. Underneath Video Game History Digital Library, now open to the public for free. So if you're curious about that, you can watch that YouTube video. And, this is good for people that are, maybe interested in video game history, that are looking to research, make documentaries. If, some of the YouTube people make retrospectives, and they could really go and look up information on the game that they're talking about, whether that be who the voice actors were, maybe some interviews from them, who the producers were, and so on and so forth. So I think this is great. There's a lot of places out there like the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences that has all movie archives and stuff like that. So it's nice that finally games has a nice archive like this. I'm hoping that they can become something even greater like the Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences.
Right.
I think the video game industry has been around long enough to have something of that sort.
Yeah.
I know the Game Awards is big for the people throughout the years. I personally think it's just a showcase for game trailers. It's not, I don't know how their voting system works, but it'd be nice to get something like the Academies, something like the BAFTAs, something really, I can't think of the word. What's the word I'm looking for?
It was right on the tip of my tongue too. I know you were talking
prestigious.
About
Thank you.
Yeah.
Something really prestigious for the gaming people and people in the industry would be really nice. So I think this is the first steps towards that. And I will be checking out this library for, old games and old information that I never thought I wanted to know.
Yeah, or never thought you could ever look at that magazine again.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll find some stuff that you remember, and it'll bring back some nice memories.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's awesome, and the fact that it's free. I mean, hey, they have they have a store where they have products and things like that. Go support them. You could donate to them. So if you're interested in that, please go and help them out. They're doing great work.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that's happening, especially now that games have gone as far as opening up their own sport.
Oh yeah, esports. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So now that's a thing that everybody can watch too. It's about time they do the history of gaming.
If esports was a thing back when I was a kid,
Yeah.
that would have been me. I'm like, I'm gonna be the best esports player in the world.
Yeah.
Remember, I was in SOCOM whooping adults' asses.
Yeah.
Fair enough. They had work all day while I was just at home playing games, but
You
still
were warmed up.
yeah, but still, like, yeah, SOCOM was my go-to game back in the day. So
Yeah, for sure. No, mine too. That's actually what got me mostly.
yeah, I think that
into
was my first online game
experience.
On
Yeah, no, that
on
definitely
PS2
was
was
mine.
SOCOM. Yeah.
Yeah. PS2 was just great back. Anyway, now we have our movie news topics. Heard Netflix came out with a "You're Not Ready" Netflix 2025 commercial. Joe, have you seen this?
Yes, I loved this commercial. It was like its own little short film in itself. Really great commercial. The girl they got as the main character, beautiful Asian girl, seeing her in all these different environments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really fun. Made me excited to see what Netflix has to come out this year. You know, with Stranger Things, Squid Game season 3, Happy Gilmore,
Yeah.
The Witcher they showed on there. I'm really not excited for The Witcher because Henry Cavill's not coming back. They're replacing him with
Really?
one of the Hemsworth brothers.
That's strange.
Yeah, very strange. But I think it's going to be a good year for Netflix. This is a really, really hyped trailer and commercial. And, you know, Super Bowl's coming, so I'm assuming this is their Super Bowl commercial. Usually trailers like this are really overproduced for Super Bowl and things like that. So I'm thinking that's when they're going to play this. What do you think?
No, yeah, I totally agree. I'm surprised they released it early because usually, you know, if you're saving that for the Super Bowl, it would get released on the Super Bowl. But either way, I am excited. It looked like a good bit of fun, that trailer. I wouldn't give too many spoilers away, but you guys should definitely go check that out.
What in there was the first thing you recognized? Because I know you're not big on Stranger Things or certain shows on Netflix. What was the one you're like, oh snap, look at that?
It was definitely seeing Happy Gilmore.
Oh, when she got the hockey jersey?
Yeah, when exactly. It changed to the hockey puck or the hockey stick, and it was just fun.
You know,
like,
I thought it was gonna be the Cobra Kai one.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I see that. Yeah, so they are coming out with something for Cobra Kai.
I think Cobra Kai's last season's dropping this year. Yeah, I think it's coming before the movie. I'm not exactly sure. That or they already dropped their last season. I haven't really been paying attention to Cobra Kai. Okay. Kind of fell off after season 4, I think it is. I fell off on.
Oh, really?
So if they have more, I got to catch up.
Yeah, I think mine was about the same. I haven't seen it in a while. Cobra Kai was very fun.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, you know what's funny? The binging thing got me all messed up because when they're like, hey, here's all these episodes, I forget to watch the next season because I'm like, oh wait, did I see that? Did that already come out? Because it wasn't like a weekly thing where I have to remember all the time. So it's a pro and con with the binging.
I thought that would have been all pros for you because I know you don't even usually.
Oh no, I love binging, but the con is that I forget about the shows after I binge them because I watched them all in one go. I don't have nothing to remember anymore.
You've seen the whole season in 2
Yeah,
days.
exactly. Whereas an anime, I'm like, oh man, I gotta wait next week, and it's like, fuck, I don't want to wait, but I'm gonna remember to watch it because I'm waiting.
Yeah, for sure. Like Shrinking.
Oh yeah, I love Shrinking. Oh man, if you haven't seen Shrinking, go watch Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. So phenomenal. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, seriously, it's ridiculously good. And Silo for some reason. I don't know what got me about that.
Yeah, Silo's pretty good. I'm looking forward to next season. They need to hurry the hell up. They're taking too long already.
I agree. I definitely agree. Next in movie news, we have The Faculty remake set by Miramax. What do you think? Thoughts?
Well, Robert Rodriguez is set to produce this, so I think that's great. He's the original director of the Faculty movie, so it's nice that he's coming back to produce. I honestly hope he directs.
Really?
And yeah, let me explain why. I know it's a remake, and you should probably get a different director, have a different vision. But I think it would be good for him to direct because he can kind of do what he couldn't do before. You know, it's kind of like a try. Like you get to try it again.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can probably make it better because he probably has more of a budget. He has years of experience now, so he can just do things he dreamt of doing the first time.
Right. Or
So
didn't even think he could.
yeah, exactly. So I think it would be very awesome if he directed, but I don't think he will. So now the question is, who do you get to direct this?
Right.
I liked the Faculty movie. I haven't seen it in years, and honestly, the fact that they're coming out with this remake is probably going to make me watch the original.
Yep. Same.
I remember Elijah Wood, not Josh Duhamel, not Josh Brolin. What's his name? The guy from Trap. The guy from Trap and from Pearl Harbor.
I don't know. All I know is that the guy from Happy Gilmore is it McDonald.
Oh yeah, the bad guy. Oh,
yeah.
Josh Hartnett. It's Josh Hartnett.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett.
Oh, Trapped.
Yeah, so like if you watch The Faculty, you're gonna see a lot of faces that you weren't expecting. Usher's in there.
Yeah.
And the guy that used to terrify me, Robert Patrick, was so scary in that movie. Like his face and his whole demeanor, especially because he was the T-1000 in Terminator. So yeah, I'm excited, and I honestly hope they bring back some of the original actors. I'd like to see Elijah Wood maybe play a teacher. Yeah, I'd like to see Elijah Wood or Josh Hartnett play a teacher this time, and let them be the aliens. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Faculty, it came out years ago, so that's your fault.
Right.
Yeah.
You're missing out.
Exactly.
Go to your TV and watch that if you haven't seen the
Yeah.
Faculty.
So I
it's
think
a good bit of fun.
I think it'd be really awesome. There's so much they can do with this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Next in movie news, we have Dan Stevens in talks to return for legendary next Godzilla X Kong entry.
Yeah, so if you don't know who Dan Stevens is, he was the guy that played Trapper. You saw the guy that was the dentist for Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason I wanted to talk about this story today is because why are they barely getting his contract going now? One, I'm surprised he didn't have a multi-film deal already.
Right.
Two, the movie came out in early 2024, so I thought they would have been so far along in production at this point that they would be set to film soon.
Right.
But they're working out contract negotiations, and I'm wondering what's taking them so long. I know the movies did so well. They were going to stop. They were going to stop development of the Godzilla franchise after the first, what is it? Godzilla King of the Monsters, I think it was. Mm-hmm. After that movie, they were already in production of Godzilla X Kong, and they were going to stop because it didn't make the money they thought it would. But Godzilla versus Kong did so well at the box office, even after the pandemic, that they were like, oh, snap, we need to keep going. So then they did this one. So I thought they would have already had an idea for the next film and already had the cast set. So I'm very curious what's taking them so long.
Yeah.
But
they probably just thought, to give up because their dream was gone. Like they weren't going to get it again.
Well, I was thinking that because maybe they were on hold, they weren't sure to greenlight a sequel and to get all the cast signed up because they weren't sure how it was going to do. And then it did well. But there's a lot of things. But I think they need to hurry up and get things rolling. I'm happy he's coming back. I think he was a good part of the last movie. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't hurt to add talent. They think he's a talented actor, so it's going to be nice to see him in there again.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I personally wasn't a fan of any of those movies.
The Godzilla X Kong movie, you didn't like them?
No,
Well, hold on. We saw it in 4DX with our mom, so you had a good time.
Oh, I had a great time. But as far as the movie, they're just not
You just want to see the only good parts are when Godzilla and Kong are throwing hands.
Right. Why am I seeing humans? Why doesn't that headline saying, hey, there's going to be 2 hours of Godzilla and King Kong, no humans. You know what I mean?
Okay. So tell me this. Tell me this. Let's put you as the studio head. Would you want it to be because these characters can't talk? Would you put subtitles for Godzilla and Kong, or would you just make it a silent film? Or not a silent film, but non-dialogue film, and then just go. How would you do that? How would you get rid of the humans?
Well, okay.
Because here's the problem that you have.
Wait,
you can't,
wait, no.
Go.
I wouldn't get completely rid of them like you don't see them at all. I mean, it's still happening in our world, at our things, and then you are going to see some attacks from us with planes helping stuff like that and doing things. I'm just talking about as far as giving King Kong a glove, and fixing his tooth is it's kind of just like
Unnecessary, you feel?
it's so unnecessary. Not only that, but just traveling to the middle of the earth or whatever to go see the other apes. Just like all that whole world building that they're trying to do. I don't know where they're coming from that because Kong doesn't come from there, and then Godzilla is Godzilla. So it's like why don't venture off into those things if you will, but they don't. They just kind of expand on this other world.
Well,
Just,
I think in the last one they did show a good job of how you can do a movie without humans, showing Kong interact with the other apes. There was no dialogue, but we all knew exactly what was happening.
right.
Where that guy was punking the other apes. The kid ape was like, "Hey Kong, don't say nothing. You're gonna get in trouble." And Kong's right there puffing his chest like, "I don't give a fuck,"
Yeah.
So there is a way to do it. I'm just curious, like.
How would I do it?
How would you do it? Would that be the whole movie, but just humans here and there for maybe exposition every so often, not really focused on them?
Yeah. So basically, if I were to do a Godzilla X Kong, I mean, obviously Godzilla would probably win too. Just saying.
Well, Godzilla always wins against Kong. I'm no offense to Kong. I love Kong, but Godzilla's gonna beat Kong
but
80% of the time.
So I would have done it like, Godzilla's doing his thing right away, and I don't know if Godzilla is a bully or not into that story.
He's just watching. He's just watching his territory.
Well,
my thing is though, with the last couple movies have been very Kong centric. Mm-hmm. I want this next one. It'll be the third film. I want it to be very Godzilla centric.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I would first focus on Godzilla, like do his story and why he's even fighting Kong. So.
He might not be fighting Kong. I think there's going to be a world threat.
No, you're asking me what I would do with the movie.
Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked.
Continue
with you.
Yeah, with what you in that movie. No, I like talking in my own movie, I would definitely have Godzilla in the forefront, and you would see either Kong creating a problem or Godzilla being a bully, either one, and then that's when you would get your first matchup. Because you would see let's just say. For the first thing, I don't know why I picture Godzilla a bully, so I would most likely have him just kind of be the antagonist.
He's territorial, so it makes sense.
You know what I mean? So he just catches Kong in the wrong area and then set trips on him pretty much, and then you see Kong pretty much almost kick his ass, in the first kind of bout that's going, for being, and then. I would move on from there to their, second huge altercation, by, probably involving humans then. Like, hey, we just had this whole thing happen and it destroyed this town. Be on the lookout for a huge ape and
a giant lizard.
And a giant lizard. And then you would have the second fight, which would, involve some humans and trying to, protect a territory or do something. And then that kind of maybe makes them team up a bit, or if not versus us, then versus one of the bigger monsters that's actually.
Yeah, I don't think they would need to team up against us. They'll fucking they'll destroy us.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I'm hoping that the next movie though in the franchise, besides the made up one you're doing, I hope the real one that they're doing is more Godzilla centric because they've focused way too much on Kong in the last two.
Totally agree.
Godzilla's been a side character, and I think he needs to come to the forefront in the next one.
Yeah, most definitely. Next we have Den of Thieves 3 is moving forward with Gerard Butler. And from what I'm reading as well, they're moving with O'Shea Jackson. Is his name?
Yeah, I'm sure O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, will be part of the third one when they do the third one.
Right.
But this is really honestly surprising to me that they're making a third one.
Why?
Okay, so the budget of this movie was $40 million. And as of right now, at the worldwide box office, it's only made $43 million.
Oh, broke even.
No, not even broke even. You got to remember, 1/3 of... you got to imagine this. Every time you see a box office number, 1/3 of that goes to the theaters. Another portion of that that's not included in the $40 million budget of the film is marketing. So you might get, let's just say this movie, for example, $40 million film, they might have a $20 million marketing, they might have a $10 million marketing. It all depends on the movie. But so you're looking at, let's just call it half the budget, $20 million marketing. You're looking at $60 million for this movie to produce it, to publish it, to market it, and now they're only made 2/3 of $43 million. Where's the money?
Right.
But I think I know the answer. The first movie was a $30 million budget, and it made good money, but most of their bulk of their income was streaming. This goes back to what we were saying earlier. I think this movie's about to be released digitally, and they've probably made a lot of sales. There's nothing confirming this. That we've only got confirmation from the studio that they're going to be going on with the sequel. But I'm thinking streaming wise, that they're going to make good money. They're probably making good money off digital sales, and they're going to make good money off releasing it to streaming services, and people will see this movie and go out and about. So, and they have a chance to make a decent franchise. It's very low budget as far as nowadays. It's really low budget movies. $30-40 million is low budget at this point.
Right.
With studios spending $100 to $200 million on movies. I think Red One, the Rock movie with Santa and all that, was a $250 million movie.
Yeah. Well, $100 million of that pretty much went to the Rock.
Yeah, and I think it made. Let's look up. I think it made almost less. Only $100 million. They lost a lot of money. Let me look this up real quick.
Yeah, most of their budget went to go paying the Rock. Is what I was saying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Red One's only made $185 million.
Wow.
So they've lost quite a bit of money on this movie. So I'm thinking Den of Thieves is in a spot where they can make good money. Right. So I'm looking forward to the third one. I liked the first one. The second one I don't think was as good, but there was this part where they're. Have you seen them? Den of Thieves? Oh yeah, you were with me, right? Yeah. There's a part where there was a heist moment. That was probably the best scene in the movie. Right. Really had me at the edge of my seat, so I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the third one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think O'Shea Jackson Jr. said some comments a while back saying that this is going to be his Fast and the Furious franchise. So, I mean, hey, if he can get it to Den of Thieves 8 and Den of Thieves 10, then hey, good for him. But I think if they want to make it a better franchise, this next one's going to have to be really, really good.
Right. Because the second one, I could definitely see it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something a little extra to make it a little better.
Yeah. Well, the ending leaves you almost like excited to see another one. I mean,
it made me excited to see the next one, but a lot of people didn't go to see it. Well, so they need to do something to make people interested in going to see it. Maybe bring in O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s dad. Maybe bring in some Ice Cube. You need some cubes on there. You know what I'm saying?
Have him do the soundtrack.
I mean, I say we get the Ice-T and Ice Cube to come in and just, get it going.
And blend them together to make a slushie.
Yeah, exactly.
Next, we have Neil Gaiman's Sandman ending with season 2.
I think it's Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman?
I think so. Forgive us if we're pronouncing that incorrectly.
Yeah, I'm butchering your name, buddy. But why are you ending it on season 2?
Well, okay, so The Sandman, if you haven't seen it, is on Netflix. I highly recommend this show. It was such a good first season. It wasn't exactly like the graphic novel, but it followed close enough. And if you watch the first season, you'll understand why they're ending it with season 2. Okay. The CGI, and I'm sure the budget on this was ridiculously high. Wow. The quality, it looks phenomenal. It's some of the CGI is better than some movies that I've seen, honestly. Wow. Yeah, they went all out on this series. So I'm assuming and I'm hoping season 2 is up to the same quality. My issue is the first season covers, I think, like 16, 17 issues of the graphic novel. The graphic novel, I think, is about 70 issues, 72 issues. I could be wrong about that, but a lot of issues. And so if the first season was 16 issues, this next season will probably be another 16, 17 issues. So we're looking at half of the graphic novel brought to Netflix as an adaptation, which is really sad because I was hoping we can get 4 seasons so we can get the entirety of the graphic novel.
Right.
It's a really good graphic novel. I read it a long time ago. I gotta read it again. I can't even remember all of it. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
I used to go on illegal websites and read comic books and things like that because I couldn't afford them or I couldn't find them. Right. So that's where I read it a long time ago. So I'm hoping to now that I have money and stuff, I'm looking to reread the graphic novels, probably buy like a collector's edition if it's not too crazy expensive.
Okay.
But this show was really good. I honestly think you would really like it. I know you haven't seen it.
Yeah, no.
So I think it would be a great doing a watch right before this release. We should do a season 1 watch and then a season 2 watch and maybe give them your comments and your thoughts and maybe you could review it, tell them what you think.
I'm totally down. Let's do it.
Yeah, my hope is that this does so well on season 2 when they release it that they have no choice but to do a season 3. Yeah, I want to put the word out there, see Sandman season 1 and season 2, get the viewership up because man, I really want them to finish the graphic novels. It's so good.
Man, that's awesome. Okay, so down, me and you, we're going to recap season 1 when season 2 is coming out. And for all you ladies and gentlemen out there as well, you can go ahead and, if you have a Netflix account, watch that with us as we go along, and hopefully we can get a season 3. But for now, that's all the game and movie news we have for you folks. Please drive safe. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a good day, everybody.
All right.